Brosplay! Hey, welcome back. We're going down to the burning room bar, and I went down to join the Farron cult.
The Farron cult?
It's not the cult. It's the covenant of the great Farron watchers or something. I was turned the wrong way.
Farron. Where have I heard that term before? Farron or Farallon? I've heard that. I don't know if it's in another game or in real life.
Farron. Well, there's Sauron, and then it's the first two syllables of Fahrenheit.
I don't think that's what it's
You weren't
from.
mixing up Fahrenheit? God damn it.
Oh, hello. I like that actually did some damage. You just landed on them.
Yeah, I love how they're there. Like, hey, that's the thing you need to give to the wolf person, but I don't know what for.
Blood grass.
I'll tell you what for. Ooh, a talisman. I got a talisman. This is an Estus recovery thing.
Oh.
It's an Estus soup. It's Estus soup for the
for the soul?
For the Bloodborne soul. Because there's souls, remember? It's Dark Souls, the souls, not Bloodborne. Get it? Do you get it?
So what do you get in Bloodborne? Blood echoes?
Yeah, you get echoes, yeah. I think they might be called blood echoes, yeah.
I think that's what they're called. I think that's cool that they decided not to call them souls.
Yeah, I'm excited for what Miyazaki does next. A lot of people are disappointed for no more Dark Souls, but I think this one is the definitive Dark Souls, man.
It feels like everything they've been leading towards.
Yeah.
This feels like the first game meets the second game meets some aspects of Bloodborne. Right?
What I should have done was check which one I haven't done.
Which one what?
There's 3 areas here, and I don't know. I don't want to waste any more. I don't want to.
Oh, you should have looked while you're up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's something I'm loving about Breath of the Wild. Is there's these like obligatory towers in every open world game, but in this game you go to the top to like it unlocks like the geography of the map, so you know like roughly how to traverse it. But it doesn't. It's not like here's all the crazy shit. Like you're actually using it to see where you're going. Like it's like a legitimate navigational point. And
That's
I
really
love
cool.
that
So it's not just
much.
to show off.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Assassin's Creed, you go up there so it marks everything. It's like, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, I love that. Let's go to the top. Let's do a big 360 and then
Yeah.
jump into a bale of hay and our map is filled.
Yeah, fucking. I'm excited to play Breath of the Wild because it's another one of those games with very little conversation. There's would be like so much space for you and I to discuss.
Okay. You know what they maybe should have done in Assassin's Creed when you went to discover things at the top of the towers?
What's that?
Is he should have actually had to sit there with a parchment for
Draw it?
yeah, for maybe like 15 or 20 seconds, like a period of time where your character is actually drawing in the surroundings, right? Because it just played this really silly little cinematic and then you jumped off.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me that never made sense. I know you're in an animus and there's all sorts of weird rules, but oh, hello guys.
If you've seen in my travels video for this one, you may recall that those are the guys that I slowly walked away from.
Yeah, you're like, what is that? What is that? Oh no! Oh no! Nice.
And I was saved by the cinematic.
Are you gonna get blasted
Yeah,
though when
probably,
you come
yeah.
back? You guys ready for an ass blasting good time?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I can break right through this barricade.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For some reason, he was up here in that video. I don't know how I did that, but...
Did he follow
like
you maybe?
what?
Like when you go back, he might be at the
Maybe.
top? These things are fucked. And if he jumps on you, you're done for.
Yeah, I also noticed that he actually gets more health. What? What?
He got you with the feet and then the hands right after.
He got you with the feet and then the hands.
He got you with them feet, man. Got you with them feet good.
Now, how the fuck do I get back to that?
Bone wheel.
Yeah, definitely should have. Bone Wheel Shield! Definitely should have, used those souls.
To use those poor souls. May
Those-
God help those poor souls.
I love it when people have, like, I love different perspectives. I love it that, like, you're very familiar with that. I don't know all of it, and you're the only reason why I even know about that video.
The Robert Boyd barbaric video.
Barbaric!
It's probably one of the funniest, like, real life situation videos I've seen. You know, a lot of stuff is like half fake, or you know, they put themselves in that scenario.
Yeah.
But that one is just so pure, so perfect. Robert Boyd on the barbarism that is dogfighting. If you can find that, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, it's about a very serious thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
so anyone who knows this video, I'm sure is very familiar with it. You don't see it without seeing it a few times.
Yeah.
But Robert Boyd is a senator, and I believe he's quite old. So he was in the Senate on one day that was just dead, totally empty. And he's arguing about how dogfighting is barbaric. But everyone knows that. So
Yeah.
no one's really listening to him, right? He's just there.
Yeah, no one disagrees.
Yeah, and it's just some of the things he said that are so... You know how when you make a speech, you have these moments you build in where you're like, and listen to what I say when I say this, or a person who will say
Yeah.
something twice at the end of a speech just to make it powerful.
Absolutely.
You know, like, what would you do if you didn't have to work to sustain life? You know, like, what would you do?
Would you do?
Yeah. You repeat it twice, and he goes at one point, and he's like, barbaric, hear me! And he holds up this piece of paper, and he can barely hold it still, I guess, because he's so, you know, probably has some sort of degenerative issue. And then he shakes the piece of paper, brings it down, and he goes, barbaric. It's such a great video.
I think he's probably more like just overwhelmed and probably nervous speaking about this. Although if he's an old senator, he's probably been doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's probably part of it is he's gotten to the point where maybe he should retire, but I don't think they have a retirement age for senators. I think they just keep going. So
No, it's more like a minimum age requirement.
Yeah,
Like
seriously.
at least graying hair.
Yeah, if you're not an old dude with some like really dirty shoulders from rubbing up against people.
Dirty shoulders. Wow, I've never heard that before.
Me neither. I just made that up.
That's awesome. I've also never been in here before. This is
This
exciting.
is a neat little corner.
It is.
And there's a chest. A chest. There. Is that gonna be a mimic? In
Yeah,
the
it's open.
chest? No, there's another chest, dude.
Oh. Where?
Did you not see it?
Where?
Right there.
Holy shit. Holy shit, that's dark.
It didn't eat you.
I got the antiquated set.
I don't know why that would help you. Is that just for aesthetics?
Everything in this game is for aesthetics, brother.
Antiquated.
Yes, hello, I'm antiquated.
Antiquated. So does this give you any stats?
Um,
Oh my god. You have to fight in this dress.
what was I using? The Fallen Knight?
Yeah.
It gives me better magic resist, absorption, yeah. And curse and poison. Hey, poison's pretty good. It looks like
Dude.
I'm going to a funeral, or
Yeah.
a wedding.
Or yeah, like
Opposite,
Sunday
sorry.
Mass.
Yeah, Sunday Mass. Gonna...
One is the beginning of a life, one's the end of a life.
In some cultures, the colors they use are exactly opposite.
Wear black at a wedding, a white at a funeral?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, in some cultures, they in some cases, depending on the person's life, they celebrate the death. Like, have you ever heard of a celebration of life ceremony?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Is
sure
that- it's a funeral,
I think it's another
essentially.
word for a funeral, but it could be a different thing. I don't know.
Neat. Because some people and some cultures, yeah, do think of it that way, that it's selfish to want someone to
Yeah.
remain in the world of struggle when they can move on to a better place.
Absolutely. There's
I think it's a dual-sided coin. I think people don't like to think of the fact that funerals are for us. It's not for the person who died.
Oh, it's absolutely not for them. Yeah.
Right? Because they don't care. They don't know. Although this is something I was thinking about. Sorry, I know I cut you off. But
I have no idea what I was going to talk about anyway.
Perfect
so.
then. Then you lost it.
Yeah.
So I've always wondered, when you die, if your body never returns to the earth, can your soul ever be at rest? You know,
Interesting.
you think of people who are ghosts. Ghosts were really
the time I
big
do.
during like the Victorian era and sort of between like the end of the Middle Ages and up until sort of more modern technology. What if that's the period where we started putting people in wooden boxes, and because their body couldn't decompose, their
no.
soul had nowhere to go?
Oh no.
Maybe. Maybe.
When I die, bury me in the sea next to the water. No.
Next to the water.
Yeah.
So you want to be buried in water by water.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. Let me get
Fire
this
is the
straight.
purest death.
Fire. That's probably
Melisandre.
probably the most brutal death.
Yeah, it is. I
Burned
love
by
how
fire.
like Melisandre seems like this fucking crazy woman, and then they kind of like imply that the Lord of Light really is there, but like don't
Dude,
outright say it.
The Lord of Light is there.
Yeah.
You know, like there's one scene that definitively tells you the Lord of Light exists, and that's the demon ghost
Oh yeah,
baby,
which is like really early in the show.
and really fucked up. But yes,
Game of Thrones season 7.
coming,
It's on its way.
man.
It'll be out by the time this comes out.
Have you finished the 100 yet? All 4
No.
seasons? 4th season was pretty damn good, actually.
I felt like the 3rd had a lot of filler, a lot of setup for the 4th season.
I kind of did, yeah. The 3rd was a little
I
bit
also
like
felt
that.
like Pike was like a he didn't feel significant. I felt like he was gonna be significant, and like the entire conflict just like ended in a way where I felt like it was like a side story.
Yeah, the one thing I do like about that show is that it does that same thing as good shows like Game of Thrones and whatever, where characters are very vulnerable. Like characters can die, characters can have horrible things happen to them, that kind of stuff. But they try and make you think everything's gonna be okay. They try and make you think this show is on PBS, and then like every so often they just shatter your world.
Oh yeah, the first season is so juvenile. It's like an American Pie movie. It's just like, woo, yeah.
That's why I like the first episode. I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the first episode, I'm sorry. Go watch the first episode. So in the first episode, it's all this, like, they're literally wearing makeup. Like, a lot of the characters have makeup on.
Yeah.
You know, they're freshly dropped to the ground, and then right at the end of the first episode, a guy gets stabbed, like, by a flying spear, and you immediately go, okay.
Oh yeah.
This is not going to be as simple as we thought it was going to be. I think the reason I like it so much more than maybe it deserves for its, you know, production and story and all that is that I'm super into that. The idea of what will happen to people when an apocalypse comes along. Mm-hmm. Because that's what the story is what happens after Earth. Like once this current existence, this, you know, fiat money version of society ends, what's going to happen?
I can tell you what happens after Earth, brother.
Don't.
Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans, regardless of the fact that humans have not been here, because that's how evolution works, young Jaden.
Oh, after Earth.
Also, your career will evolve by being in movies next to me. That's how evolution works.
Yeah, I feel bad for someone in that position, though. Because you don't really get the chance to be your own person.
Well, that's why Stephen King's son wrote for years under a different name.
Yeah, he had an assumed name.
Assumed name.
You like all these words I use for different names. Moniker, assumed name, pseudonym.
Oh, I've been using moniker for years.
It's a great one, isn't it?
It's fucking fantastic. It is his online moniker.
That's a weird one. Your online name? Because I don't think I have an online name. I think we have an online name being super not cool as a team, or Brosplay as a team.
I'm Mitch from Brosplay.
And I would be Derek from Brosplay, but I don't think either of us have. Like, you used to go by Sidewalk Painter.
I did.
I used to go by Radium.
I was Girth last year.
Oh, that's not a good one.
It's not a good name.
No, Sidewalk Painter was better.
Especially when you search Girth right now. It shows up. It's like a video of like length versus girth.
Yeah.
A discussion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like this woman and she's for some reason taking the photo is taken like up in the air while she's sitting on a bed, almost like to say like I didn't even do any work to start this conversation. I just took my phone out and here we go.
That's kind of brutal.
The show seems like it just fucking happens, but it takes a lot of setup.
Our show?
Yeah, it takes a fuck ton of setup.
That's the goal, though. Like, when I watch our episodes, I realize they feel so different because they're put together. You've been saying this for, like, 6 months or 8
I've been
months
saying this
even.
since the start.
Yeah, you've been saying this maybe for over a year. But it's the fact that when you have everything together all in one finalized video with a name and it's clipped, feels so good. And you don't remember being, like, hot sitting on the couch. You don't remember, you know, being annoyed by sounds that happened before or after the recording.
No.
It's pretty unique being a viewer of our own content. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it too. A little bit more vigor. Gotta get that. Gotta be vigorous.
Gotta get
Oh.
that. Oh.
I got a.
You have almost 420 souls.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Just
It's
pointing
the
out
precipice
facts.
of four. That's funny that what's his name? That Justin Trudeau is like, we're gonna make marijuana illegal by Canada Day, and it's like, not 420. Canada Day.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're trying to do it for a
Canada,
cultural
yeah.
revolution, not for a cannabis revolution.
Yeah.
But one thing
did 420 actually start? Is that like a myth, or did it really actually start from? I don't have enough soul.
Hitler's birthday?
Yeah.
I think those are co-evolution things. I think
okay.
it was the symbol of marijuana, but it's also the symbol for neo-Nazis.
Right.
I think those are just unfortunate coincidences.
Yeah.
I don't know where the 420 comes from, though. I don't really know. I'm assuming the first sort of major weed culture was in a place where school got out at 4 o'clock or something. You know, so like we could be home by 4:20 to take hits.
Home by 420.
That's
like,
that's what I'm assuming it comes from.
you know where Nickelback's name came from?
For working at a coffee shop.
Yeah, and the price of a coffee, if you gave them like, it was like a common.
If you gave them
thing,
$1,
and if you gave them $1 or a toonie or whatever it was, you'd always get a nickel back.
that just shows you how cheap coffee was back then. 95 cents for a coffee.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. And you know what? Nowadays, you'd probably get like 75 cents back, and that'd be a much shittier band name.
Oh, it's like $1.80 for a medium at Tim's right now.
Fuck, man. I can't believe.
Oh, go ahead.
I can't believe regular expenditures like that. Because if you imagine buying a coffee every day, 5 days a week, so that's 20 days out of a month. That's like $40. It's like $39.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I do instant coffee, which is even more expensive than a pot, and it's like than pot coffee. Speaking of weed, and it's like $9 for like an instant coffee thing, and that lasts me more than a month. That's a coffee a day or two.
This guy's gonna be fucked.
This guy?
Oh yeah, this is not gonna be good.
This is one of those crystalline dudes for the beginning of the game.
Dude, I thought that was a boss. He's
Oh, no.
just chilling in a corridor.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
What the hell?
Yeah, man.
But I've done my best to try and reduce costs just because I just moved in with the old girlfriend, the old ball and chain.
Yeah.
No, but one thing I've been eating for lunch is I take shredded cabbage and chickpeas. That's it. So, and I guess in a wrap. So
You're such a weeb.
every week I spend $1.50 in total on my lunches to eat for 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah. So
Holy shit.
So
Each or total?
total.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man, because the can of chickpeas is $1. We buy the cabbage, but I only use a tiny portion of it for my lunch, and then wrap every day. Wrap costs like 5 cents a day.
And that's all in the wrap?
Yeah, just cabbage and chickpeas.
Wow.
And honestly, when you think about how much I used to buy lunch meat, and the lunch meat alone would cost me $9 to $11. So just simply by making that switch over, the amount of money you can save on a weekly basis,
That's amazing.
pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
I regularly spend like $8 on a meal.
Is that at
Almost every day.
is that at a restaurant? Like not a restaurant, but like a fast food place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is when you're buying your meals, even if you were to buy the cheapest thing Wendy's could offer you, it would be $2, right? You buy that every day, that's $10 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, and
40
they're,
bucks a
they're
month.
pretty cheap too, relatively.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of buying lots of groceries. Like I never have an issue spending lots of money on groceries because there is no getting around that expense.
I have a huge problem with it. My fridge is a point of shame. It is filled. This is how fucking lazy I am. It is filled with empty boxes of the fast food I have purchased. It probably has 2 months worth in there. It is filled to the brim right now. I'm having to move them to the closet because I can't. The closet because
I was just gonna say
when it fills up, I don't fucking empty it like a human being.
God,
I move
dude.
it to the closet.
Okay, tell all the people what you would have to do in order to recycle it.
Oh, it's not. It's like down the hallway. Although, like today, like when you leave today, because Dad's coming over, I will be 100% cleaning that out.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair
It
enough.
wouldn't even take me half an hour.
Oh boy, you're going down, dude. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
And sugar, we're going down swinging.
So do you have a fridge
I got
like?
a large sword in your butthole. Sorry.
I'm gonna give you that shield treatment.
The stainless steel enema.
Holy fuck! Stainless steel enema. That's brutal. That's so vicious. You're a mana, dude. You're gonna have to take him hand to hand.
No manners. No manners.
Hand to hand.
These kids today with no manners. X first, then L1. X foot, then L1. Holy fuck, that's close. And I have, it doesn't matter if I'm selected my regular SS flask, I don't have the fucking health for it.
So what you're saying is you have a fridge like,
Oh no.
like the narrator from Fight Club? A fridge full of condiments but no food?
Yeah, and I actually only have like ketchup and barbecue sauce.
So not even really full of
I
condiments?
don't even have the staples. Like I don't even have like ranch and mustard.
I don't know why those are the staples.
Yeah, well I don't
I
use
guess.
mustard, so it wouldn't really matter.
Honestly, I stopped eating ketchup. I couldn't even tell you how long ago. Maybe
Oh, it's just filled to the brim with sugar, eh?
might almost be a decade ago. I can't even remember how long ago. Must have been at the end of, oh, not a decade, maybe 5 or 6 years. But yeah, if you look at ketchup, so out of 15 milliliters for a Heinz ketchup serving, 15 milliliters is about 15 grams, and 4 of those grams go to sugar. So that's a quarter sugar by weight.
Wow.
It's the second ingredient. It's water, sugar, and then, or no,
Tomato paste.
Yeah.
Don't forget the tomato paste.
I think that's third though.
Yeah. Second or third.
It should be first.
Yeah, it should be first.
It should be tomato paste, water, something else, spices, and then there you go. You're done.
Yeah, done, kid. Done, boy.
It's not that I don't like ketchup. I think I do like ketchup. It's just when I eat ketchup, I feel terrible.
Really?
Yeah, well, someone made a really good point. They did a whole year unprocessed, like quote unquote
Oh, yeah.
unprocessed. And one thing she said was sugar is not the worst thing ever, but you have to savor your sugar. Don't waste your sugar on mustard.
Right.
Don't waste your sugar on ketchup because you're not really getting any fun out of it. You know,
Are you seeing this?
I know this is really, is this just the environment you can't get at him?
No, I'm trying to dodge him instead of blocking like a smart person.
Yeah, I think the hallway made that an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't waste your sugar on something like ketchup when, you know, you want to waste your sugar or use your sugar on stuff like cookies or ice cream. Like you want to have something you're really going to enjoy if you're going to put it in there.
Agreed.
But that's hard. It's easier said than done because it's in everything.
Yeah.
You know, we do 2 quick meals a week because I'm always coming over here 2 nights a week.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so those quick meals, they're salad and falafel. That sounds like, oh my God, that's like a great healthy meal. But realistically, the salad dressing has sugar and the falafel has a ton of salt. Right? So there really is no winning. Like even if you think you're eating healthy, you kind of got to make it yourself.
Yeah, and even then, like, I said something to, like, someone was like, do you want this? Like, do you eat this? And I'm like, oh, it's very processed. And he's like, everything's processed. Like,
It's true.
nowadays, it's like,
Well, if you like I was listening to this video about processing, and she started by trying to define processed because that's a pretty important step.
yeah, absolutely.
And what she said was, you get a watermelon. Nothing has been done to the watermelon, but it's been scooped up by a machine, covered in something to keep it fresh, probably sprayed in something to ripen it, and then stored in a warehouse until it made it to the grocery store. So like that's a process.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Compared to walking out into your backyard, snipping a pepper and bringing it in.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in how much has happened to that food. So yeah, you're right. Everything's processed. There's no real way to go unprocessed without doing local.
Yeah, and even then, you still got, like, there's fucking chemicals in the air, man. The government's spraying chemicals on us, brother.
Chopping chemtrails on our ass.
That one's funny.
Yeah, I
It's
still
like-
like that one.
I don't doubt that governments do things that people aren't aware of. There's totally that happening. But the government lives down here too.
That's a good point.
They're not living above the clouds in like a fucking ivory tower.
They're not gods.
Like, sure, they might be giving themselves an antidote. Maybe I just broke the whole thing open. Congratulations.
To me, it's more of a physical problem. How would you get that much fluid into the planes on top of all of the people and the baggage?
Right.
And, you know, it's just, to me, it seems like such a massive undertaking. If you wanted to poison people, do you know how you poison them? Water supply.
Yeah, or
100%.
corn.
What?
corn.
But the problem with corn is it's so processed, right?
Oh.
If you're drinking high fructose corn syrup, no part of that original corn is there.
Yeah.
It has been refined to the point where any poison you put on it would probably be gone. But if you poison people's water supply, you know, you put a little bit of a mind control drug into their water, you're golden.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, obviously that you got to go to like every different city has their own way to do water supply.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that'd be easier than arming planes with
That was the
chemtrails.
That was the plot behind what's it called? The Crazies.
Yes, it was.
A plane with a chemical fell into the water supply of a small town.
Yeah, now that I'm a geologist and I actually do a lot of work with wells, I'm starting to think about whether that even makes sense. Because the plane fell into a river, and then the town's water supply was poisoned.
Well, why would some of them not be crazy? Or maybe they explain that.
Well, that's a biodiversity thing, I think. Because in the 100, they get this plague that's designed not to kill, but to make everyone weak. And some people are unaffected, some people are affected faster than others. Just because some people are just stronger.
Right.
You know, a young, strong 18-year-old male is going to survive a lot easier than a 75-year-old woman.
Right.
Against, you know, just that kind of shit.
Why'd you have to make it a gender thing? Why couldn't you make it a study of age?
But even, yeah, you're right. An 85-year-old man or a 75-year-old man is definitely going to succumb to a sickness much faster than a young person.
Don't you know you're not supposed to talk about anything on the internet?
If you say gender, we will kill you. They did actually explain it in the movie, though. They're the last well. Like, from where the river is.
Oh.
They're the final well in the sequence. They live, like, the most up gradient. Yeah, so they were essentially unaffected the whole movie because, obviously, you don't go back to your house and drink your well water when everyone else starts going nuts.
Absolutely.
That was a great movie, though, The Crazies.
I really liked it.
That was a really good thriller. I'm a big fan of thriller movies over horrors, actually.
Tell you what, buddy. You don't ask me why I'm going to save my wife. I won't ask you why you won't save yours.
Is that from that movie?
Yeah. He's like, I got to go back for whatever her name is. And the guy's like, he's like, it's fine. The army's got it. And he's like, okay, fine. Like, he's like, well, you're not going back for yours? And he's like, no, man, she's cool. He's like, look, man.
Holy shit.
You don't ask me why I'll save mine, and I won't ask you why you won't save yours.
Jesus.
All right, thank you for joining us. Next time, an extremely problematic group of people.
Next time, big gated doors.